Alright, you guys, I'm going to do my best to show you how to make these Olsen masks. They were developed by Unity Point Health, and they are to as a replacement, quote unquote, for the N95 masks that all the healthcare facilities are running out of. So you can just Google Olsen mask pattern and it'll pull up the pattern. You just cut out the template and go from there. Alright, so I'm using this 100% cotton. I got these for quilts, but I'm no longer making quilts, so there's that. Quick disclaimer, this one says do not pre-wash. So you're gonna lay your material out and then iron it so that it's flat. Alright, so I got all the wrinkles out. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our templates and lay them out like so and trace over them. Alright, so I went ahead and traced it. Go ahead and go to the next video to see what's next. Alright, so now you just cut out each template. Altogether, you should have 6 pieces of fabric. Also, something else I did is I marked it. See how that says face 2? So I marked number 2 on them. It's important to know that. Alright, so I cut them. I like to put them together like this and iron them one more time to make sure there's no more wrinkles. And when you trace it, you don't have to use anything special. I use a liquid chalk marker because it comes off in the wash. Alright, step 2, we're going to sew face 1 and face 2 together alongside 3. Here's a template and you see side 3, so we're going to sew all that. Alright, so I put face 1 and face 2 together. You want the nice looking side to face each other, if that makes sense. Alright, now you're going to sew it. I can't video that and do it at the same time, so I'll be right back. So this is what it looks like now. Go to the next video. Alright, step 3, we're going to do the same thing but with the mouthpiece, which is the smaller piece. This is the mouthpiece. Again, we're going to sew alongside 3. Alright, same thing, sewn. Alright, next what we're going to do is we're going to sew a fold over on side 5 on both 1 and 2, which this is side 5, the straight end. So just fold it over about this much on both sides. I like to iron it flat so it makes it easy to sew. Alright, so as you can see, I went ahead and sewed it on both sides. Next, on cheek 1 and 2, fold over side 6 for 1/4 inch and sew it down, which is right here. So it should look like this with the fold. Go ahead and sew it. So this is what it should look like now. You got that right down. Alright, you guys, this is where it gets fun. You're going to have to go to the next video, though, because it's going to take a while, but not really a while, but it's just hard to film in one setting. Alright, step 3, we're going to do the same thing, but with the mouthpiece, which is the smaller piece. This is the mouthpiece. Again, we're going to sew alongside 3. Alright, same thing, sewn. Alright, next what we're going to do is we're going to sew a fold over on side 5 on both 1 and 2, which this is side 5, the straight end. So just fold it over about this much on both sides. I like to iron it flat so it makes it easy to sew. Alright, so as you can see, I went ahead and sewed it on both sides. Next, on cheek 1 and 2, fold over side 6 for 1/4 inch and sew it down, which is right here. So it should look like this with the fold. Go ahead and sew it. So this is what it should look like now. You got that right down. Alright, you guys, this is where it gets fun. You're going to have to go to the next video, though, because it's going to take a while, but not really a while, but it's just hard to film in one setting. Alright, so now you're going to match cheek 1 and mouth 2, and you're going to sew it together. So here's cheek 1, and you see how it says line 7. So cheek 1, and you're going to overlap it about like that and sew it together. So this is what I have. Now you're going to sew 1 and 2. Step 7 is just to repeat step 6, which I went ahead and did. So this is what it should look like now. When you open it up, it should look like this, and these 2 sides on both sides should come through. There's a reason for that, so don't sew right there. Alright, number 8, we're gonna, with the fronts facing each other, we're gonna sew along the entire perimeter of the mask. So match it up like this. Normal people use pins, but I'm not normal, so go ahead and sew the entire thing. Alright, so this is what you got now. Everything's sewed together. Now we're gonna pull it through. So use one of your flaps and just pull everything through. If you'd like, you can cut the edges off. Go to the next video. Alright, so now we're going to go through the flap and we're going to pull everything to be right side. And if you have string like this, just snip it off. Now parts 10 and 11 I'm not going to do right now, but you can add a hair tie and sew the little flap over, so that'll be the little elastic piece. And then you can apply like a sorry, got distracted, a pipe cleaner right here in the nose part, and sew that in, and that'll keep it in spot or in place. Also, what this little flap thing is for is so you can get like a HEPA filter. You can use a vacuum cleaner bag as long as it's HEPA, or you can use a HEPA air filter and stick it in there, and that will also help protect you from the coronavirus. I'm going to show you real quick how to make a string tie rather than the elastic tie. So if you'd like to see that, go to the next video as well. Alright, so now we're going to make the optional tie since it's hard to find elastic. So what I do is I just get 1 inch by 21 inches long fabric piece, and then I'm going to fold it into half, and then I'm going to fold it into, I'm going to make 4 folds, you'll see. Okay, so I ironed it in half. Now you're going to open it up, and you're going to fold, this is harder to do, you're going to fold this into half so this part touches the center. Alright, so you see how it's touching? Now you're going to take this piece and overlap it. Ignore the water on my counter, I'm using a steamer. But anyways, you go ahead and sew all of that together. Alright, so this is what it should look like now. It's not perfect. These are hard to sew. So next what I did is I sewed this part to the back of it. Now I'm going to fold it over like this and sew it again. And here's the final project. Again, snip it off all the extra string.